Welcome to Callawegin Fly Fishing with Robert Smart. Now, here's Robert.
Greetings. Now in this video, I'm going to tie a humpy. It's a little different than the classic style. I'm going to tie this as a parachute. I like parachutes. I think they work well. The humpy's an attractor fly, and it was developed by a guy named Jack Horner in California back in the 1940s. Because it's such a bushy fly, it floated well and handled the fast streams in California. But it was used in the Yellowstone area where it became famous. So anyway, here we go. We're going to tie a parachute humpy.
Okay, we're going to tie the parachute humpy. Get our thread started. Build up a little thread base on the hook back to the bend. Okay, now we're going to put on our post using some wool. Tie that right on top. Okay, now we're going to take it and twist it several times clockwise and pull it forward. That'll make it twist. A couple wraps behind it. And trim that off. Something like that. Now, I'm going to tilt it, make this a little easier. As I make my post. More wraps behind. Yeah, something like that. Now, for the tail, put some, just dropped it all, darn it. Let's try that again. I'm using elk hair instead of deer hair. Put it in my stacker. Try to get everything fairly even. Don't need a lot for the tail. I want the tail about a shank long. Yeah, something like that. Tie it on top. I like the elk hair for the tail and all because it doesn't flare as much. And the deer hair does. Come on. Try not to get my post when I trim this off. There. Okay. Now we're going to take some more elk hair. A little bit more than we used for the tail. Trim that all square. Tie that right on top. Something like that. Okay, next, take a use a piece of red floss. For the body. Tie that down. Bring that forward. You can use any color you want. The Humpy is basically an attractor fly. A lot of people use the red like this. Some use yellow. Oops. Watch your hook. Bring that right up. And we anchor that off. Trim it. Okay. Next, grab all this deer hair. We roll it forward. Make the hump. Okay. Now we grab all that. We trim it off. Sorry. And tie that all down real good. Okay, bring our thread forward. I'm gonna use grizzly hackle. Some a little smaller. That's about right. Okay, strip off quite a bit, and then maybe a hair more off of one side. Makes it wrap a little better. Okay. Anchor that down. And we wrap it up the post. Come around behind it. Okay. Now, next I'm going to put a little bit of brown dubbing. Now, let's see. Nah, changed my mind. I'm going to use some bright green dubbing for the thorax. It is an attractor. Yeah, it's not too bad. Maybe just a hair more. Okay. Again, I'm going to tilt my fly forward and start my hackle at the top and work its way down. Then anchor that right to the post. Something like that. I'll take my whip finisher. Whip that off. Cut the thread. And cut off the hackle. Okay. Next, I'm going to trim that post to make the wing. Just snip off the top of it. That makes it flare out a little bit. Not too bad. Okay, then the last step is I'm going to take just a little drop of UV and put it at the base of that post. Make sure all that holds together. Not much. Cook that down. Whoa. Bump my vise. Okay. Got a couple of stragglers that I caught. That's got them. There you have it. Parachute Humpy. Good attractor fly.
Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, please subscribe.